screen! What's happening?
It's going well. Am I on the screen?
You're on the screen, but I'm not on the screen.
Hey, that's what everyone comes here for. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this.
Okay. I see what's happened here. My camera's jumped into Discord. Okay. Hi, good morning. Give me 1 second.
This is the content you all come to see every weekday at 10 a.m. That's not plugged there. Oh, I can see myself. That's great stuff.
I'm going to jump to whole screen. Back in a sec. Hey, there we go. We have no bib. Hopefully we can get the bib back now. We will see. We will see. Good morning. There we go. He's back as well. Good morning. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. We've been tinkering, as you said. I did tweet. My tweet said something along the lines of, we're adding some new bits in, so things may break. So yeah, potentially. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, literally not even the first day. It was like the first second Bibby came in and I didn't. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to Pirate. He's been here for a while. Thank you guys for waiting. Obviously, we've had a longer start than we usually do. We don't usually like to leave the whole slate there too long because, you know, people got things to do, places to be. But yeah, we kind of had to keep you there for a little bit because Bibby was having a tantrum. You know what he's like. He's not had his shredders this morning. So yeah. Good morning, Bacon Chin. Hello, says Pirate. Lol, says Jess. I'm guessing that's for the world class start that we had to the show. Wait, was that on the wall before? It wasn't. That's a new edition that I installed yesterday. That is my Nanoleaf stuff. I will jump onto that in a minute. But before we start talking about anything new, let's say a little bit about who we are, what we're doing. This is twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. This guy in the box, there he is the Bib. And we bring you the daily scoop of news from the games industry and beyond. We are the UK's #1 games podcast, and you know it. That's why you're all sat here. Thank you very much for joining us as we bring you news from across the games industry. We have some pretty tasty content to go over today as well. We bring the scoop every single day at 10 a.m. live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. We then turn that into a video podcast standalone on demand, which we upload to YouTube for you guys to digest on the go. And if you want the audio version, then, we're fine. We'll give you that too. We have four places where you can download and listen to and get us right in your luggles for the audio version of the scoop on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. We put all of those links on our social media later on in the day. So, yeah, just look at the chat. Lights!
Seems very interested at your stuff.
Okay, let me... we'll jump into that quickly then. I'll get rid of Bib. Bye, Bib! Only from the screen. Camera only. That should be what we need.
Nobody puts a baby in the corner.
let me take off labels. Let me take off footer. There we go. So, yeah, this here, that is my Nanoleaf light setup. I actually have this little thing on my desk. This dodecahedron is the Nanoleaf remote. So if I change that around, I've just put it on the desk like that way, it'll turn off, boop, and then turn it around the other way, boop, it'll turn on, ta-da! Wow, it's magic! And yeah, that is my fridge, and that right there is a bottle of amaretto that Pirate bought me. So thanks, Pirate, you noticed the fridge and everything. So yes, those are my birthday upgrades. Did I mention it was my birthday last week? I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys, but
I don't think you did.
Well, it was my birthday last week, so you know. Anyway, jumping back into the bib. Also, one new addition is my cold sore has turned into a fully fledged scab. So I apologise for scabbing up the stream. Don't get too close to the screen because you may also catch the labial herpes, which is bleeding. I've just noticed. Joyful. Someone pretty awesome got you that. That's true. Cheers, Bib. Thanks for that.
Okay, I'm not taking any credit, Danielle.
But the lights, though, are Nanoleaf lights. The cool thing about them is you get 9 panels. You can do whatever shape you want, and then you can add extenders. So if I wanted to do a pattern that kind of went over there and up there and onto the roof or whatever, you can do all that. Really good. And you can just about see on the endish, like, is it there? No, there. That little white kind of add-on the end is called the Nanoleaf Rhythm, which, if I change my setup, my setting, should I say? Is it that one? There we go. Yeah. Let's go to. Let's see that one. See how it's lit up now? The Nanoleaf reacts to my voice. So if I had music playing or started singing or all the lights. It's all cool. It's all really cool. Anyway. We forget the Nanoleaf because the guys listening on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play won't be able to see any of that. And they'll be like, "What is he talking about? Why is he saying there? What's this? I can't see any of it." Apologies. Jumping in to the content, we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, if anyone follows us on Twitter at IceCreamUploads, you may have seen that Bibby spontaneously combusted yesterday. He was a ball of excitement.
Understatement.
And that is a result of, we did talk about it yesterday, PS4 State of Play. Although one thing I did get wrong yesterday is I said I would be surprised if Minecraft didn't appear in State of Play, because even though it's a Microsoft IP, Microsoft owned IP, I assumed it would be in State of Play just because it was announced at the same time and it's huge. But it wasn't, so there you go. I made a poor claim. Anyway, I've recently invested in a full Hue setup. Lovely stuff. Good man. I have Hue things as well. Light strip, some play bars. There's a Hue Gorgeous there. So it's all good. Good choices. The behind screen ones, like the flat play ones. The play ones. Can't show it. No, it doesn't reach. You see the edge of my play. There we go. Plays. Good choices. But yes, to the content. You might have seen my tweet as well earlier on. I was talking about we have some new additions to the stream. So obviously, I have new additions to the room, which we've talked through already. But we have little on-screen graphics. So I finally added this, much to the appreciation of our sponsors. So I now have the sponsor role, which we have when we broadcast from the studio. I've just completely missed that I've had that. But we also have... Yay! Discussing now. Hashtag State of Play Roundup. On screen, we have on-screen graphics. That's it. This is... We are finally 2019, ladies and gentlemen, when there's only like 20 days left of the month. But yes... The first bit of news, as you would obviously expect if you were checking out our social media yesterday, is State of Play. So let's just jump straight into the article so we can give you guys a little bit of knowledge about what we're talking about. Take that off. Bring that on. Yes, there we go. So this is written by Game Central for Metro. And it says, PS4 State of Play Roundup. Ghost of Tsushima, Babylon's Fall, Untitled Goose Game, and was there any more, Bib? I don't know, maybe? Predator. Yes, there was. There we go. The picture shows it. The PlayStation equivalent of a Nintendo Direct has produced a number of welcome surprises with the last State of Play of the year. Sony are getting pretty good at these State of Play live streams now, and despite its short length, there were lots of interesting announcements in the latest one from Tuesday, 10th of December. Let me just kill my Slack notifications. Goodbye. You can watch the whole thing via the video at the bottom of the page. Don't do that. We're going to talk you through it. It's fine. Don't watch the video. But do keep going to the end for a special message from PlayStation creator Kent Kutaragi as he celebrates the PlayStation's 25th anniversary and also Graham's birthday, which was the same day, by the way. Just checking. The biggest news was, as expected, the announcement of the Resident Evil 3 remake. Was that announced? But there was nothing about any new Crash Bandicoot game. That suggests that it's going to be announced at the Game Awards on Friday, which is now the last major video game event of the year. Of course, it's possible the Crash announcement may be left until next year, but certainly Ghost of Tsushima will be there, as the new trailer during State of Play was purposefully cut short until then. Jumping through, I'm assuming, I haven't actually opened this article before, I'm assuming they're going to go through all of the announcements in order?
I don't know if it's... Looking at it, yes, it is actually in order.
Okay.
What? There's one massive omission from this, and that's because they've made a separate article on it. I'm going to have to find it now.
Well, Bibby was dropping out a little bit then, but I'm guessing is it Resi? Yeah, the whole thing is excited about. It's not even in the article. That's amazing. Untitled Goose Game PS4 release date. Do you know? Let me see. I've not checked how this overlay works. Let me see if it looks on the screen. Okay, I'll keep that on there. So as rumoured, the already classic indie game is coming to other consoles this month. There doesn't seem to be anything official about an Xbox One version just yet, but since that was rumoured, we'd first... But since that was rumoured first, we'd imagine they're both coming out together on the 17th of December. Update, yep, both are now confirmed for the 17th. The game is already out on Nintendo Switch and PC, and is one of the best of the year. Did you see the... I'm not sure if you were in the office. I think you were in the office, actually. I think you were downstairs rumbling through our massive box of Resident Evil goodies as it happened. But obviously there was... I'm talking to you there, by the way. But obviously, it was announced during State of Play, and then I think about 10 minutes after, or even as it was on, Microsoft Game Pass tweeted, "Oh, we've got Untitled Goose Game coming free to Game Pass, by the way." It was just like, damn, just
shade, throwing a tiny little bit of shade on nothing to do with them, but yeah.
It's like, oh look, we've got a new game. This is in PlayStation State of Play, and it's like, yeah, but we've got it for free for anyone with Game Pass, and it was just like, boom, headshot. Chat is popping this morning. I apologise. I can't even speak. I apologise for not keeping up with the chat. Bibby on the shelf with an elf hat. What? Bibby on a shelf with a help? Is that a thing? I mean, it could be. I've never shown this on the stream before, but there we go!
Fuck's sake.
Yes!
I get bullied on this show. Pirate, what are you doing? You're encouraging him and this unjust behaviour.
So is there a new part to Maybe on the Shelf, G? Don't forget this is happening before you go break. Oh my god, I didn't even see that bit from Pirate. So there you go. I want to shout out to Fatman Dave 8472 as well, because he did give me a cutout of an elf. I didn't use that one in the end because I wanted one that looked like it was smooth and sexy chilling out on the case. But there we go. That's exactly how Bibby sits when we're not live on stream in the ice cream.
And look, have you seen the Fat Man Scoot video where he's got like a massive head, and like a big potato head, a little small body? That's what it looks like.
Fat Man Scoop. See, I could shrink it down, but it just loses the comedy value.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with it, honestly.
Oh. There we go.
Oh, I'm not even hiding the odd today. I apologise. I'm not apologetic. He's still trying to adjust my head?
No, I'm reading through the chat because there's a few conversations in the chat and I'm just trying to make sure they're not missing anything. Pirate's got a bonus or something, so shout out to bonuses. Yes, we all like the bonuses. That looks perfect. Okay, there we go.
Jesus.
But yes, anyway, anything I've missed in the chat, we'll leave it there because we have a lot to get through today. Everything's going wrong. There we go. Okay, back to the article. So we have Untitled Goose Game PS4's release date, 17th of December. So less than a week until that's out. Have you played Untitled Goose Game, babe?
No, but I know Jess streamed this on Ice Cream Uploads about a month ago. I think she ended up switch off because I think it's one of them experience games that you have to yourself rather than it being streaming the full game. But it doesn't look like my kind of game. But Jess was absolutely loving it.
Interesting. What did you think of it, Jess? Because I've seen people stream it. Well, I haven't actually seen people stream it. I've seen people that I usually watch stream play it, or that they were going to play it. I didn't actually watch their streams. I just don't know what it's about. Obviously, it's one of those things Baby says you kind of need to experience it, but I just see... I don't know. I don't understand. And I've not really been bothered to go out and find out either, so...
Yeah, I think it's more of a... You play it how you want to play it as a single-player experience rather than somebody watching it.
Ah, okay. just comment. I enjoy being a dick, but it's definitely YouTube content, so you can edit the boring stuff out. Fair enough then. Speaking of boring stuff, onto Bibby's game. I'm joking. This, do you know what? Funny thing is, I'll just go bring this back on screen. So Spellbreak has announced a closed beta, as you would have just seen on screen then. Actually, I'll put that back on while I'm talking. I'll play the video as we're on screen. So check the classification. No, thank you. So Spellbreak is a new battle royale game. It's kind of it almost looked, when we spoke about it months ago, me and Bibby got access to the beta, although I never played it on PC. Bibby did. It kind of looked a little Zelda-ish.
Absolutely. The art style is beautiful. Like, I love the Breath of the Wild art style for this current generation, and this Spellbreak stuff basically have just lifted the entire textures of their arena from Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's phenomenal. To be fair, it's a really, really good game. It's just extremely difficult.
The thing is that I look at it and I see like almost paladinish-esque, colourful, spelly stuff, and I'm thinking, is it for me? But this, like every trailer I've seen, I think, do you know what? Actually, it looks pretty tasty. There's that. But anyway, I'll jump through the text in the article anyway. So it says, Spellbreak closed beta. New battle royale games are still relatively rare, but this one does seem interesting in that it's a lot. Okay, I'm trying to find the context. New battle royale games in terms of something different. I get what you're saying there. So they're still relatively rare, but this one does seem interesting, and it's a lot more fantastical than usual, with all sorts of elemental magical powers and acrobatic feats. There's a closed beta scheduled for next spring, which you can try and sign up for here. And whilst it's also on PC, no other versions have been confirmed yet. The game's by new studio Proletariat, who are made up of a lot of ex-Harmonix, Turbine, and Insomniac developers. So a lot of good developers in there. Particularly, I mean, Insomniac, obviously everyone knows how good Insomniac are, but yeah, a new BR coming, looks pretty tasty. I definitely think I'm hopefully giving that one a try. But let's move forward, as we have a release date for Dreams on PS4. So it's been in alpha for ages now, but PlayStation PlayStation 4 exclusive Dreams finally has an official release date of Valentine's Day. 14th of February. It's a new game by Little Big Planet developer Media Molecule, and is intended to allow you to create any kind of game you want, not just 2D platformers. There is that as well, but the newest trailer also pictures many more ambitious titles, including what seems to be a presumably officially sanctioned recreation of Wipeout. So this, as you can see on the screen there, it almost looks like you're looking at a montage of different games rather than one specific game, but that's essentially what Dreams is. So when you play Lego Worlds, you can create things, you still look like you're in Lego. When you play Minecraft, you can create things, it still looks like you're in Minecraft, whereas Dreams, I mean, this is my opinion, I've never actually picked it up and played it, but Dreams, you can get down to the level where you can edit textures, you can edit lighting, you can edit movements and physics and audio and everything. So all this in-game stuff is created in-game. It's like Gameception. So you have a game that allows you to create games. Anyone could be a developer with Dreams, which should be the tagline, by the way. It should be. You can have that one for free, Media Molecule. Meanwhile, Media Molecule is sat there going, "No, you're all right. We'll sit with our own. Thanks, mate." But yeah, Dreams PS4. It has kind of intrigued me. I know 100% I don't have the patience to play something like this. What were we talking about yesterday? Was it? Oh, it was Minecraft. When I was saying I don't have the patience for Minecraft because I just put too much time and effort, and I start, and then I'm just going to tweak that, and I'm just going to make that, and then before I know it, I've like that meme of that dude where he's like got the map on the wall of like all the stuff that he's like trying to draw. Like, is it a cop or something? And he's trying to draw like his theories of Lincoln. Anyway, I look like I've been massively on crack or something for days when I'm playing something like that because I just get fully into it. So something like Dreams, where you've got the ability to go fully into creating absolutely everything, literally pixel by pixel, the way it plays. You don't have to follow 2D yet or anything like that. I'd be on it for forever. So it would be nice to see the finished product, but I definitely can't see it being a game that you'd stream either. It'd be like when.
You don't think Dreams is a game that you'd want to stream?
Not the creative side of it. It's like, I mean, as a person that loves Dr. Disrespect, I don't like watching him build levels. I find it boring as hell.
See, I'm from the opposite side. I love watching that stuff because I'm not a creative person by any stretch of the imagination. So
We know.
watching people, watching people like build something from nothing that's actually really good, then yeah, I would actually. I'd like to watch that, especially with something that you might have a slight interest in, like the put it said presumably an official sanctioned recreation of Wipeout. There's no way that the games that they're showing in that are games that people aren't going to be coming for you. So if they was to, I don't know, recreate Sonic with using this Dream Engine or something like that, they know full well Sega are going to be going, you can't do that, mate. So this is just original ideas that they banged into this trailer. But it's interesting that they've name checked Wipeout. There's a game in there that 100% is Wipeout. It looks like pixel for pixel a Wipeout game. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'd absolutely love to watch someone. I'm a weirdo with stuff like that though. So yeah, I might be in the minority. But I'd definitely like to watch someone's creative freedom run wild with what they've got, because I want to see what the back end looks like, because I'm definitely going to be getting this game. I'm definitely going to be getting this game, but like you can't really upload audio to the game to the console. So I'm interested to see how that they get around things like that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. So I mentioned this to you yesterday. I don't know if I showed it on the stream. I don't think I did. I think I just showed it you maybe when we were talking. But this is a tweet from someone that I follow on Twitter, a really good guy called Bear Parker, or Barely Regal is his YouTube channel, or Best Kopf is his Twitter channel. And he's been working, not just in Dreams, he's worked in pretty much every creator game that's out there. So he's done Minecraft, he's done Lego Worlds, and there was something else recently, and he's made Shadow Moses Island in pretty much every single game that's out there. Anyway, he started creating his own game. So I'll read you through his tweet. So this is at BearScott on Twitter. He says, I started work on a tactical driving game last night. Entirely first person. Indicators to direct the player. You use lights, mirror, and scanner to evade police. It's stuntman by day, mob driver by night, and it uses a synthwave soundtrack, heavily inspired by the film Drive. # Made in Dreams. So I'll play his video. It's only 28-second video, so I'll see if we can get it full screen.
I'm just watching this on my phone now because I've got the stream through my phone. I've not got it on my screen. Let's have a look.
So this is what someone's made in game. This is class.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me this yesterday in the office.
Like the idea that he's made all of this himself. He's not following any not following any rules or. You must do this, and it's going to be a left to right scroller or whatever. It's just all something that he's just made completely in his mind, and then just gone, do you know, I'm going to create this game where I drive around. Oh, actually. Oh, he's got even more. God. It's so cool. I mean, let's bring it back up again on the screen. I'll scroll. All I'm doing now is scrolling through Bear's Twitter feed. So there is something he's made previously. I was trying to find the Shadow Moses stuff. To see if I could show you where he'd got to with his Metal Gear stuff. I know it's on his YouTube. Do you know what? I'll leave it there. If you want to find it, check out Barely Regal on YouTube, and it will show you his recreation of Shadow Moses Island. He got down to the point where you can fully... he started to fully build out the player polygons, so you got that classic Metal Gear Solid Snake kind of thingy in the game as well. It puts so much attention to detail in it. But yeah, Dreams... I'll say again, despite hyping it up quite a bit there, it's not my kind of game, but the potential for it is huge, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
No, I love the fact that there's like a little store on it. Well, I don't know anything about the game. I didn't even know it existed until yesterday. So if there's like a little marketplace inside there that you can just download people's games and play through, I don't know, a kart racer, a Wipeout clone, a 2D platform and stuff like that, then I'm down. Especially with the amount of games that I go through. Like I said yesterday, I'd like to test every game that's possible I can get my hands on. So I definitely will be giving this a go. It's only 45 quid as well, which is incredible value for money with what you could potentially have inside the game.
Yeah. I reckon we should commission Bear to make the Ice Cream Upload Studios. Or we'll make an Ice Cream Uploads race. So that's it, Bear. We're commissioning your game. We're taking it off. It's ours now. We will keep it.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Bring the article back on screen so you can see. So onto Paper Beast VR, and this one is not for me. I will once again hit the video as we read through it, but the content says, one unexpected reveal was PlayStation VR game Paper Beast from Another World creator Eric Shahi. It looks to be inspired by some of the same Populous-esque sandbox gameplay of his 2011 game From Dust, although what precisely is going in the gameplay trailer, we're not sure. It certainly doesn't seem like he's making an easy cash grab though, which is always good to see. So yeah, I think it's that not sure element. Let's just skip forward. Manipulate the fascinator, and it's just he's whiplashing, lightsabering paper stuff. Not for me. Probably not the best to give an oversight.
It is not my cup of tea.
I mean, if you want a VR experience and you don't just want something that's like, as they said, a cash grab, something that's tried and tested and done before, then check it out. I probably won't, but make your own minds up. You can do that. As we move on to the next one, Predator Hunting Grounds release date. Hit play on this one. Did I kill that one? Yeah, I did. So, Predator Hunting Grounds release date, considering all the recent talk about the lack of an Alien Isolation follow-up and the unknown fate of 20th Century Fox's games division, now that it's been sold off by Disney, it was good to know that the new Predator multiplayer game now has an official release date of the 24th of April. It looks good too, being both authentic to the films and with a fun multiplayer gimmick, where only one person gets to be the Predator at a time. That's pretty cool. I didn't realise that there was that multiplayer gimmick element of it. I mean, this doesn't look amazing, being honest. I mean, I'm saying that from someone, as I mentioned when we were watching State of Play yesterday, chatting to Bibba. Beans! Thank you very much for the sub, Beans. And
Resident Evil sucks.
Right, one sec.
Did you get the text to speech?
1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Let me just do this.
Do not time him out. Do not ban him.
Where is it? There we go. Boom.
Ah, what?
There we go.
Oh, I can't even see his message now. But what he did say was Resident Evil sucks. Kappa. According to, we have text to speech on, so whenever someone subs or anything, yeah, it reads it out. So Bibby's just kind of like, he's done you dirty there. Do you know what? Where's
That's it. You sit and think about what you've just said for 5 seconds.
I was trying to like turn him into a power user, but he's already VIP, so god damn it. It's alright, Beans, I've got you back. We'll ban Bib when he's not looking. It's fine, we got this. So back into the article. How's things, Beans, anyway? I haven't spoken to you for a while. How was Chernobyl? Has Chernobyl fallen off since then? Panther.
Jesus Christ.
1 second. You do not Jesus Christ me after what you did yesterday on yesterday's stream. Nonsense! And back to the stream. If you want to see that, feel free to check out yesterday's
epic jokage.
But anyway, back into the game. Predator Hunting Grounds. I bought Predator Concrete Jungle for the PlayStation 2. It was okay. It was pretty naff, really. It was so much repetitive. It was cool to be the Predator, someone that grew up watching all the Predator films. Not long since watched the recent one, actually. So yeah, it was nice to play through it. I do like the Predator. I'm all for that Alien, Predator, Terminator sort of era of aliens and Arnie and action and the rest. So yeah, I'm all up for Predator Hunting Grounds. I'm not going to rush out to buy it most likely, but the multiplayer gimmick of one person getting to be the Predator and everyone else is like little dudes running around. I do like that. That is pretty cool. It's almost like getting Thanos.
I said that to you when the trailer was playing yesterday. I was like, this looks like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, where you just have one person being the Predator, and then the rest of you have to hide or try and leave before the Predator can kill you all. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, do like that. But yeah, it looks decent. It's okay. It's a game that you would play. It's a game that's probably, let's face it, going to be free on PS Plus at some point in time, potentially. Not a nice little break game, but not anything that's going to superly inspire. But let's move on to Babylon's Fall. This is the gameplay trailer for Babylon's Fall. So we'd almost given up on hearing any more on Platinum Games as Babylon Fall, which was announced by Square Enix at E3 last year and never mentioned again until now. There's still not much information, with no more promised until next summer, which suggests that the release date is sometime off, but the gameplay looked very promising and perhaps some sort of mix of Soulsborne and Astral Chain. I actually didn't watch this trailer. What was I doing at this point in time? I think I was...
You was emailing.
Yeah. I was like... I saw it. I thought, okay, it's not Resident Evil 3. I'm just gonna start carrying on with my emails. So, it looks like almost like old school God of War hack and slashy kind of thingy.
See, I had a like a nostalgia trip to Devil May Cry with the way that this game plays. Devil May Cry and Souls was the two that jumped out at me. What this game seems to be like.
So feel free to let us know in the chat, by the way, if what your opinions are on these games as we go. These are just our reactions to them. We don't necessarily, obviously, want to force those opinions, and you want to know what you guys think as you go through, which Bacon Chin has done, I see. Dreams, it's good background telling noise, a lot like the 24/7 lo-fi beats. And Bear is incredible. He is incredible. He's incredible. Baby's like that ruler in a country that doesn't like you speaking bad about him, kind of like Kim Jong-un. Bib Jong-un.
Wow. Come in here, chat shit, get banned.
Do you know what, Beans? Because you dropped your sub and then had to be punished by that such an authoristic, like fascist kind of dictatorship rule, should I say? I will fix it so that the next time Bib's on the stream, do you know, like when he removed his beard the other day and I bearded him? Well, I will make it that I get like Kim Jong-un hairstyle, but Dr. Disrespect mustache / Kim Jong-un just put on Bibbs' head. I'll sort it out. I'll get him for you. Ginger Jong-un. I got banned by Jing Jong-un. That's so hard to say. Anyway, jumping through. We'll be here forever. So back onto State of Play, and we're on to Superliminal, which, if you haven't seen this, I saw some content the other day. Thank you very much for the host, Beans. Love you long time. So Superliminal, I saw a trailer for it the other day. I think it was like the Steam version, and it's just an absolute mindfuck. So I'll put it back on screen as I read through it, but just keep your eyes on the trailer above as I'm reading through it, because it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, there's no actual comments on Superliminal. They've just kind of like missed out a paragraph in this article. So I won't read through it, but yes, there we go. So you got
the video to do all the talking.
It kind of does, because there's no real way to describe it. So this bit here, I'll make it full screen so you can see it since there's no wording. This is Superliminal, and obviously the quality is not the greatest. It's embedded in a news article, so you just have to kind of bear with that. But you will see that it's just kind of like, oh look, pick up a pad and suddenly it's massive. Pick it up again, and then, and it's that sort of like, what was the phrase? I said it to you yesterday. Optical illusion stuff. There you go. It's just kind of like mind freak stuff. Mind freak.
It's like a Ripley's Believe It or Not game.
Yeah, like that. Boom. No idea. I think it's probably in the same way we were speaking about Untitled Goose Game. I think it's probably kind of an experience thing. If you watch it live in the stream with your viewers, it's probably something really cool that you all kind of like can experience together. But after that, it's probably just going to be a case of I've seen it now. So the first time will probably be an experience. After that, it'll be like, I've done it, been there, done that, mate. That's what I assume. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they've got loads of plans for it. And my main concern, which I said when we saw the Steam version of the trailer last week, was that is it gonna be what were we talking about yesterday? Saw. By the time you've got to Saw Part 27 or whatever, you kind of just think, I kind of know what to expect. I'm kind of numb to the oh, look at that amazing moment again. Is it just going to be by the time oh look, something was small and now it's big again? So yeah, depends on how long the game is. If it's not too long and it's not too tiresome, then it seems like it's one of those really cool creative. It'll get the creative juices going. It means nothing that channel is dead and gone, but no worries. What channel? What channel? I don't know. Grady, is this your home studio? It is. I've just been showing off my my Nanoleaf setup, which is now being blinded out by the sun. Cheers, sun. Honestly. And then finally, when you type for the host, I get you. There we go. See, I've mentioned it many times. I will say something, but it's kind of like verbal diarrhea. Once it's come out of my mouth, it's all wiped away, and remember. No, don't remember. But final thing from State of Play, Peggy 18 chatting in my ears, is Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind? Is that what it's called? DLC release date. In all, it was a pretty good State of Play event with the Portal-esque indie game Superliminal. My God, they've just kind of combined these last two into one. Also looking interesting, and a release date for Kingdom Hearts DLC Remind, which would have been bigger news if it hadn't leaked out a few days ago. It's 23rd of January, though, if you hadn't heard, right at the beginning of what seems to be a very promising year for new games. Okay, that's just a full State of Play. They've just combined Superliminal and Kingdom 3 into one, and they've put the video for one, and okay, you've annoyed me now, Game Central. Get out of here. Get off my screen. So yes, Kingdom Hearts 3.
It was so difficult to find one article that rounded up everything, because like we mentioned before we went live, people just want to be able to post 1,000,001 articles on each game rather than one big roundup article.
Yeah. Next time we'll do a live watch along, because that way we can just do it there, and then we can pull our thoughts out into the next day's stream. So State of Play 2020, the first one, we'll watch that live, maybe, potentially, depends on what we're doing, or if Bib wants to, you know what he's like, he's a bit of a flake, doesn't really commit to anything, so it's annoying, trying to get, alright, Bib, calm down, chill out, mate. So yes, State of Play, we had that, and I think that was pretty much all there was in State of Play, wasn't it, Bib? Was there anything else?
Yeah, there was nothing else, really.
Did you have anything on Reze? Did you find anything on Reze?
I didn't see anything in the State of Play, if I'm being honest. There was something about Project Resistance, but it is what it is, Project Resistance. Just like a nice little Resident Evil Outbreak take. But yeah, that's about it.
Fine. Let's bring this on the screen. On YouTube.
I mean, I did amend the show notes with something that I did potentially find, and an article on there, and yeah.
Have you found one?
Yes, it's not much. It's in our show notes, which you will be able to find in the show notes part section of the podcast or the video where you're going to be watching this on demand. But yeah, there is something on there. It's nothing major. No, nothing that you want to shit your knickers about.
Well, speaking about shitting your knickers, let's have some low volume just for fair use. So I'll give you not a live reaction because the video is 3 minutes long. We're not going to watch it all. But sat with Bibby yesterday.
I'm going to watch it all again. Fuck you. I'm going to watch it all again. I've already seen it 6 times, but it's so good.
Well, I sat there yesterday next to Bibby, and it's not that he didn't give a shit about Project Resistance. He was just like, it's only Project Resistance. It's because he was like, just imagine if it was Resident Evil 3, and then it kind of changed, and you could just see it was like, let me pause this. Like, do you know when you see a meerkat kind of just go? That was what Bibby did when he realised it wasn't just Project Resistance. It was like you just heard like a. But yes, Resident Evil 3, the remake was announced in State of Play yesterday. Do you know, I'm not going to play the full video. We will have the link to the video in the show notes. But go on, Bib. Tell us your thoughts and impressions.
So, like you mentioned yesterday, the best thing about this State of Play was, obviously, if we didn't have somebody else streaming yesterday, I think we would have live streamed this, and it would have been nice for us to show our reactions. But the fact that more or less everybody in the office yesterday was watching State of Play at the same time, it was cool that we all shared the same experiences as we was going along. So we was all talking about what was happening and blah blah blah. And then, like you mentioned then about Project Resistance coming on, I was just like, yeah, I want to play it. The beta, the closed beta was only on Xbox. I haven't got an Xbox, so I didn't get to experience it. There's not much going on about it, which now makes sense. I didn't want to talk about it because there isn't going to be much to it. It's just a multiplayer element of the Resident Evil 3 game, which has now been bundled in with this, which is perfect. rather than being a standalone game like we've had in the previous years with like Resident Evil Outbreak, which just basically is Outbreak File 3. Rather than it being its own standalone thing. It's perfect. It's in the game. You're going to get it for free. That's your free content as well as the actual main game. But yeah, it came on. I was just like, that's Jill Valentine. What the fuck? It's like, what is she doing in Resistance? Is she just like a DLC character? And then she goes down into the streets and shit's just popping off. And you're like, we are in here, boys. We are in. Let's just watch this, baby.
That was it.
So,
And it literally just, I was sat there. So I obviously sitting next to the bib in the ice cream office and sat there just at this point I was still on with my email and I just heard, what the fuck? And this is after I'd seen Project Resistance and Bibby kind of like almost being like, oh, it's just Project Resistance, there's no Resident Evil 3 after all. And it was literally like, what the fuck? I looked up, Jill's face is on screen.
What's she doing in that? I thought she might have just been like a nice little DLC character or something, but then she just pops up. She's kicking ass. She's shooting zombies. And you see Carlos pop onto the screen. Nikolai's there as well. His model's completely different. But yeah, it's so sick. I can't wait for it, man. April 3rd. It's not that far away, and it's something that we've talked about previously as well. We knew, well, we had an inkling that it wasn't going to be that far away. They've already got a lot of Raccoon City. They've already got the textures of the Raccoon City Police Department in there, obviously from the remake of the second one. And they've already got the template of what people look like. So it wasn't going to be that different. Obviously, all they needed to do was put the new soundtrack in, do the mocap, do the voice acting. The rest of it writes itself. So we thought, we didn't think it was going to be that far away, but I did not think it was going to be this soon. April 3rd, baby. We are all in. What day is that? Thursday.
It's April Fool's Day. I hope it is. Imagine if it's a Monday. April
3rd to Friday, baby.
It's just like last year. Well, this year actually. So earlier this year we had baby playing through live on launch day. So I think we might try to do the same again. I think we will see.
Yeah,
we'll see. But one thing I want to throw in. Thank you very much to Bacon Chin for dropping the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I would have thrown it in sooner, but Bibby was too busy. You know.
Yeah, next gen Renegade said big up to the engine that Capcom are using. The RE engine, I said this to you yesterday, that the graphics is just phenomenal. The lighting, the shading, everything, it just looks so crisp. It surprises me that more games won't be using this engine. I don't know whether or not Capcom just want to keep it to themselves or what, but it's extremely polished.
I already thought I was following
about the hair.
What's that?
You said something about Carlos's hair.
Oh yeah, that was the only thing. I mean, Jill's hair looked fine, and the other dude, like the beefy sort of military looking bloke, looked fine. But then Carlos, I mean, I've no idea. I'm going to say that because Bib said that. I don't know. But his hair just looked like he was like, what are those like furry hats that like stereotypically Russians wear outside? I can't remember the names of the big Russian building in Moscow. Anyway, whatever. Russian hat. There we go with that. It looked kind of like one of them. So, I mean, some hair texture looked good. His not so much, but that's neither here nor there. The rest of it looks amazing. You're not going to spend all the game looking at some dude's fringe, so it's fine. I already thought I was following.
Anyway.
No worries. I regularly will be setting some streams, and then I'll be like, oh, feck. So I've been like interacting with this person for ages and don't follow them. Oh, so, never mind. So yeah, we probably. I've sat in yours as well, so I've probably. It's fairly possible that we don't follow you, but if we do, we'll fix that. It's fine. Must be because your Twitter game is on point. We're too busy making the content that the world just needs to digest on stream that we forget to follow other channels. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But yes, do you know what, babe? I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut it short. We're gonna have to move on because we've been live.
No, that's fine. We've got so much to go through.
Yeah, I mean, see, that is fine. And I knew bits about State of Play. I know absolutely nothing about our next bit of news, though. Let me just jump back here.
I've already had a look at it this morning. I looked at it last night and then found an article this morning with most of them on. So yeah, this will be pretty cool. I mean, maybe not for you, but for me it's pretty cool.
Okay. I've just realised I've got to type stuff on the fly. Nintendo's Indie World. That is the next bit of content that we're talking over. Which, there we go, it's on screen, yay! I didn't just type that as we went, it's fine. It's social media on the go! So I'll bring this up on screen now for you guys to have a look at. So the next bit of content, we did mention it on yesterday's stream, that it was a pretty action-packed day of content. Obviously, we started off with... we started off with the scoop, let's face it, that's where we all begin nowadays. But then, in the afternoon, we had State of Play, and 4 hours after that, 6 o'clock last night, Nintendo released their Indie World Direct. And this article, written for Games Radar by Austin Wood, goes through that, so I'll read through. Here's every game from December 10th's Nintendo Indie live stream, from Axiom Verge 2 to Sports Story. The tagline says Dauntless, Skatebird, Boyfriend Dungeon, Streets of Rage 4, and plenty more. So, Nintendo rang in the holiday season with a big roundup of upcoming indie games, including some hotly anticipated sequels. The December 10th Nintendo Switch Indie World stream featured Axiom Verge 2 and Sports Story, the sequel to Golf Story, as well as beautiful newcomers like Gleamlight and ports of the likes of Dauntless and Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. There's a lot to work through though, so we've rounded up every game from the stream for you here. Do you want to? I mean, did you watch Indie World last night, Bib? Have you been through this article?
I did not, but I checked when I got home last night. I was reading through what was there, and there is some games that I want to point out. The first being the first one that's in the article here, Sports Story. So I am familiar with quite a few of them, and there's some hype ones that I am interested in personally.
Well, I will read through the content just because our connection can be a bit dodged sometimes over Discord. Yeah. So I'll read through the story and then I'll let you jump in on
that's fine.
On the content. So Sports Story, release date mid-2020, Switch exclusive. The sequel to Golf Story is going way beyond golf. It's got tennis, dungeons, toaster ball, new minigames, and a whole lot more, judging from its trailer. If it's anything like Golf Story, this will be an unmissable sports adventure. You can find more on Sports Story here, the link in the article there. So
this is the one that I'm most excited about. Golf Story for me has been the best game on Nintendo Switch. If you haven't picked up this game and you've got a Nintendo Switch, you are clearly doing the Nintendo Switch an injustice. This game is about £8. Go pick it up. It's amazing. It's funny. Fair enough, you might not like golf, but the whole game doesn't just... You're not just playing golf the entire way through. The writing on it is so good, and I'm happy that they're making a sequel. It's a bit weird that they're going into like different sports, so I'd rather them just focus on like another sport. If they're going to do like tennis or football story or something like that, rather than just slamming in tennis dungeons, toaster ball, and a load of other new games. I'm showing the trailer, there was like a swimming part of it, and you're playing hockey and baseball and things, which is cool. I'm 100% going to pick this up again, but if you haven't got Golf Story, go and play that game. The humour is amazing. So out of all of them, this is probably the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
Interesting. Apologies there, you might have heard Bibby talking. Unlucky. I mean, talking over himself. I just opened up a window, didn't realise that I had the audio coming back through. So if you did hear that, it's not your end, it was our end. Apologies. It's gone. Okay, let's keep scrolling through then. Streets of Rage 4. And it helps if I actually bring the article on screen for you guys to see. There we go. Streets of Rage 4. Release date first half of 2020. The streets are still angry, and there's still bad guys to be beaten up. Streets of Rage 4 looks like more of the classic brawler, but it promises new mechanics and stages that shake up the beatdown. In a nod to longtime fans, Adam Hunter, part of the original Streets of Rage lineup, will be playable in Streets of Rage 4. Do you know, I quite like the idea of this. I have Streets of Rage 2, I think, installed on my phone. So, yeah, if I could have a new Streets of Rage experience with full HD textures and stuff, then, yeah, if it keeps that side-scroller stuff. See, I'm not the biggest fan of side-scrollery bits, but I think the nostalgia here on this would carry me through enough. So, yeah, I'd be on board.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love Streets of Rage. This is probably the second game that I was most hyped about. Purely because I think this is one of the first games. This, and I remember Super Mario World playing through with my granddad in a co-op experience. So I'm probably going to get this, and I'm probably going to take it around to my granddad so we can both play it. But yeah, I love Streets of Rage. I'm happy that they brought out a new one. The art style for it, obviously, because it's modern day now, it's not like little 16-bit characters running about. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it looks like when it comes out. I will be picking it up at some point as well. Yeah, so cool.
Nice. I thought Streets of Rage died off in the mid-90s. It kind of did. There is still a lot of love for it, though, and obviously, any chance, anytime someone gets to go back for a bit of retro perspective look at games, then yeah, Streets of Rage can always come out. Right, I'm off. Thanks for hanging. Might be online later. No worries. Thank you for joining us, Bacon Chin. Have a very good day. And if you are streaming, then I'll check it out. As we continue through, I mean, do you want to pick out anything in particular that I'd like to talk about? I'll tell you what, I'll say the name, and if you think it's something that you feel we should pick out, then we'll jump on it. But if not, then we'll scroll past it. And you guys, if you want to read it all, obviously feel free to check out the article. We'll put the link in the show notes too. So Gleamlight,
ish. Move on.
Bacon Switch.
This is more for you.
This is more for me. Okay, release date summer 2020. The baking themed party game challenges players to is it like Overcooked then? Challenges players to compete or work together to collect, punch, and bake doughy creatures in 4-player local co-op. Think Overcooked, but with bun critters. Okay, nice. I'm open to the idea of that. I mean, I'm always dubious where someone picks up something and copies it. If it adds something new, fine. If it's just more of the same, but with baking instead of like pizzas, then I mean,
is this not made by the same people? Because the art style is exactly the same. The overlays the same that are on the screen, just different icons. So let me just find out who made
Team
Overcooked.
17 made Overcooked.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything from Team 17 posting this.
That makes sense because this looks like it's made by somebody else. Is it Streamline Media? Is that it? No, that's the people who put this in there. Bacon Switch. Look now, Bacon Switch. PvP. Developer Streamline Games, yeah. So it's not Team 17.
Okay. Nice. I like the idea of.
It does look like a clone.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the idea of more Overcooked experiences, but Overcooked is also on the Switch. So, Next one, Super Mash.
No, this doesn't ring any better. This doesn't like. I'm not emotionally invested in this one. It looks like a 2D platforming game. I do love them, but this one, nah.
It's interestingly, I kind of half read the description there. It says a game that makes games, but rather than a Dreams style approach. The reason I want to jump in is because obviously we looked at Dreams. It's close to Evil, and basically you pick two genres and smash them together, and then you get a game, and that's essentially it. So. Moving forward, I've lost the entire page because of adverts. Great! Let's just look at Bib while I refuse and stuff.
I've just seen Craig's comment. Jamie and myself finished Streets of Rage 2 live in the ice cream uploads. Yes, you did. Jelly, Only Human Jelly is saying bum critters. What?
There we go. I've got rid of that.
Dave says, if that's going back, then I wonder if Pit Fighter will then. You know what? I'd love to see more reimagining of older Mega Drive games because obviously there was limited to what they could actually use. So it'd be interesting to see what they could go with it now.
Which one was
Road Rash? That's what I want to see.
I loved Pit Fighter.
Can you imagine? There's Road Redemption that's come out, but it's not the same. I don't care what anyone says. It's not the same. It looks odd, but a new Road Rash would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see more reimagining of old games, as you said there. I just would like to see it done better than some things that have been done. We've seen a lot of old games that have been remade that it's just a bit like James Pond, please. What was the COD reference in it? Okay, it used to be. I can't remember. Anyway. Let's keep going. So Talos Principle Deluxe Edition.
No, it just looks like a puzzle game, which is out today.
Nice.
No, it was out. No, it was out yesterday.
So
that would have dropped afterwards, I reckon. But yeah, not for me.
Sail Forth. Do you know? I've not even got that on screen. There we go. That's Talos Principle. Sail Forth.
I don't know much about it, but I do like the art style. It looks very Zelda-ish from the 64 era. Very much like Oceanhorn. If anybody's ever played Oceanhorn, that's amazing. That was like a Zelda clone for the Switch, PS4, and I think it came out for the Xbox One. Yeah, it's a very art stylish game like that. I don't actually know what it is. It's just sailing, I imagine so, with a name like that.
If you liked sailing in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, but you thought you'd like it if it had a low poly art style, procedurally generated maps and enemies, and it was the entire basis of the game, Sail Forth might be up your salty alley, which doesn't sound very great to me. No. I know a lot of people didn't like the sailing and pirate element of Black Flag. I've never played it, but a lot of people that I've spoken to said it's just a bit tedious and samey. So if that's the whole game, but not HD, then it's not for me.
That's a £12 game if ever I'd seen one.
I just want to jump in and say RoboCod. That's it, David. Yes, James Pond is awesome, says Danny Day 83. Do you know what? We've had that discussion a few times. Whenever we talk about old games that you might have played, like Toe Jam and Earl, James Pond always comes into the conversation.
Toe Jam and Earl did get a remaster not long ago, a couple of months ago.
Did it really?
It actually did, yeah.
That passed me by. Jumping in.
Like, I keep on. It looks like I'm like picking bogeys and stuff like that. I trimmed the hair in my nose last night. So itchy. It's absolutely killing me here.
We know it's bogeys. It's bogeys.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Team bogeys.
Dauntless.
I did try this when it came out on PS4, and a lot of people enjoyed it because it is just a Monster Hunter clone, but for the PlayStation. I will probably give it another chance on my Switch because when I tried playing it on PS4, for whatever reason, I tried streaming it here on PC and PlayStation, but I just couldn't move. It just like it froze up. I don't know if there's too many people trying to get onto the server or what, but I will give it another go. It is just a Monster Hunter clone.
Interesting that he says out now on Switch, complete with cross-platform multiplayer and progression, which is nice. That for me is where all games need to be. Obviously, we were having conversations about Destiny on cross-play earlier in the week, and
yeah.
I've rant about PUBG ding 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 many times when it comes to cross-play, but that needs to be in all games. End of. Simple as that. Make it happen, everybody. Murder by Numbers.
Nope. Hard no.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD.
Well, looking at the image, I don't remember Oddworld looking like that.
I'm massively open to Oddworld, which is another game that I talk about with Danielle in the chat. Every night, she'll regularly go, follow me. And I'll go, okay. Anyway, back out of our life and into the games industry. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. Whilst I was open to Oddworld's Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus, when it got to Munch's Odyssey, and I was just like, yeah, not really too bothered about Munch. But then we got into Stranger's Wrath, and clearly I'd given up on it by then because I've never even heard of that before.
No, never. I was thinking of Abe's Exodus, so yeah, I've never even that one before. I don't know.
Well, if you want,
what it looks like first.
If you want to see what it looks like, check it out. I mean, in the meantime, obviously, feel free to check out Abe's Odyssey Remastered or whatever it was called. Check that out. It was free to play actually on PS Plus a while ago, so you'll still have to pay for it now. But yeah, it's worth it. Anyway, everyone's been asking for a new Skate game, and we now have Skate Bird. Do you know, I'm going to read that just because led up to it then. So release date late 2020. Skatebird is exactly what it sounds like. A skateboarding game where you play as birds. If watching tiny, chubby cockatiels do kickflips and rail grinds sounds like a good time, then this game is for you. If it doesn't, maybe the adorable tiny clothing will bring you on board.
I mean, if you want to watch a tall, chubby cock do kickflips, then yeah, you can probably watch me stream this one. I have no idea. I've seen the trailer for it. It looks odd. It looks like you can't fall off your skateboard because every time it looks like you're going to bail, you start flapping your wings and you just land back on your wheels again. The physics look good for a skateboarding game, but probably not. No, I can't see much happening with that one, if I'm being honest.
So yeah, can't say it's for me. I mean, I did play an early access version of it, and I was really good. They thought I was a pro, but I was just winging it. Yeah. I'm telling you, I've got more of these. You see. Anyway, I'll stop my chirping. Let's move on. No, let's actually move on. That's it. We're done. Liberated.
I've just read the blurb for this one, and I'm not too sure where it's going to go with it. It says it's kind of like a graphic novel and a mystery adventure, but is there actually any gameplay, or is it going to be set in like a comic book style? I'm not too sure where they're going to go with this one. I haven't actually seen the trailer for this game. I'm going to say no for the time being, but I'm open to changing my mind.
Interesting. Boyfriend Dungeon.
Hard pass.
One for Bridie. She played like pigeon dating simulator and things on the channel many moons ago. So maybe check her out if she streams again. Maybe she'll play something like that. Dreamscaper.
Yes.
Released date early 2020, timed Switch console exclusive. We didn't see much of Dreamscaper, but from its description, it's got a lot to offer. It's described as an action RPG roguelike, blending elements from brawlers, top-down shooters, and dungeon crawlers. To say nothing of puzzles, NPC friendships, and the narrative underpinning it all. You play as Cassidy, a young woman grappling with depression, which manifests as the nightmares you explore. Dreamscaper has a lot going on, and it looks mighty sharp. Interesting.
That is basically a description of a game that Bibby would play all day, baby.
Also mentions Resident Evil twice. There we go. The Bibby's happy. The Survivalists.
Yes, 100%.
Release date 2020. As you may have deduced, The Survivalist is a survival crafting game set in the world of the Escapists. Gather and combine resources, command a legion of monkeys, and carve out a prosperous existence on a procedurally generated island in local and online multiplayer. I will get there with words eventually. Today's just not a good day.
Did you ever play The Escapists?
No, I don't even know what that is.
So there's quite a lot of games from The Escapists. There's like a Walking Dead one and blah blah blah. But yeah, The Escapists is probably one of the higher rated games. I'm glad it's getting a sequel like this because I really do. Obviously, it's a lot of survival games, and I watched the trailer for this twice this morning to make sure that it is definitely the kind of you have to take down trees, you have to craft, you have to build a little fortress, you have to take down zombies and stuff like that in this little cool 18 or 32-bit world. It looks like it goes from 2D to 3D in some aspects, but yeah, I'm cool with this, definitely.
I've just googled The Escapist and brought the artwork up on screen for a second. Then I have seen it. I am aware of it. I thought it was a Minecraft like knockoff, and then just kind of was like, I'll give up on it. So through my own biases, just didn't even give it time of day. So yeah, it does look good. The art style on the Survivalist image that we have in this article does look pretty tasty.
Oof, Jess has just said The Escapist is free next week on Epic Game Store.
Interesting. I might have
it's definitely worth picking up if you never played it.
Keep my eyes out for that one. Follow me, says Danielle Day in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Have you heard about the reboot of Home Alone? No. There's a reboot.
I seen a little article on that this morning. I refused to click.
I've heard a few things. I haven't heard anything that's concrete. I can't imagine. I mean, Home Alone is one of my favourite Christmas films. One of my favourite films. The first two growing up were amazing. And then they never made any other films after the first two. And
that Terminator, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I kind of ignore anything there. I'm happy enough to give them a chance to do stuff with it, but Home Alone destroyed that with Terminator 3. Saying that, Ghostbusters, I loved Ghostbusters films. Obviously, the 2016 one was just pants. So I kind of thought I'm done on that. But the trailer for the new Ghostbusters looks class. So yeah, okay. I'll keep an open mind. If it looks okay, fine. But I think it's probably going to be nowhere near what Home Alone was. So there you go. That's me saying something without even seeing it. Talk about prejudice, Graham. Chill out, mate. Axiom Verge 2, Bib.
No, but I know that a lot of people are going to want to know about this game. It was a quite a well-known game for the Switch anyway.
Well, I'll read it anyway just because of the phrasing used by Austin Wood in this article. Its release date is fall 2020, and he says, Nintendo pulled out the big guns right at the end. Axiom Verge, one of the best Metroidvanias of the decade, is getting a sequel next year. Creator Thomas Happ says it's been in development for 4 years. I turned into Emery then. Development. Been in development for 4 years already, and judging from its reveal trailer, it'll be worth the wait. The sequel has the same impeccable pixel art as the original, and its music is positively bumping. Better still, it sounds like we'll finally discover the origins of the Axiom Verge universe. This is one to watch. It's probably a swerve from me. Just
yeah, it's not my kind of game.
But there we go. So, who in the chat watched through the Indie World broadcast yesterday from Nintendo? Let us know. I want to know your impressions. Which out of those games, are there any that stand out to you guys in particular? Anything you'd like to see? So what would you say is your pick of the bunch there, Bib?
Two, really. The Survivalist, I'm really looking forward to that. And the first one that we mentioned in the article, which was the sequel to Golf Story, Sports Story. Really happy for that one. As I said, if you've not played Golf Story, please pick it up. It's definitely worth the full price, which I think full price was about £13. Most of the time it's on offer for about £8. Pick that one up. Streets of Rage 4. I will definitely pick that up to play with. And Bacon Switch. I don't want to ruin my marriage just yet, as I've only been married for less than a year. Sailforth, definitely not. Dauntless, I will give it another go. I've got the opportunity to play it on my Switch now, so chances are I will pick that one up. Murder by Numbers, definitely not. Swerve. Oddworld Strangers Draft, I didn't even know it existed, and it's getting a remake. Skatebird, no. Liberated, potentially. Boyfriend Dungeon, no. Dreamscaper, yeah, boy.
Well, I will wait for you to give me your recommendations. I have all of the PlayStation games ready and waiting for me to not play whilst I just play PUBG in the meantime. So yes, there we go. But anyway, let's move on. We've been live for a fair while and we've still got another piece of news to jump through. Obviously, feel free to check out all of these articles in the show notes. We will put them alongside all of the broadcasts anyway, so you can check it out for yourself. As we jump into our final bit of content, this is a news article written by Matt Wales for Eurogamer. And I'm trying to find my button. There we go! So Doom is adding Sigil for free, as I've written on my little overlay. So you can see, once again, Matt Wales at Eurogamer says, Bethesda's Doom 1 and 2 console ports are adding Final Doom Sigil for free as part of new curated add-ons feature. This year's Doom 1 and 2 console ports might have had a few teething problems, but Bethesda's continued to improve them since launch. And now, as part of Doom's 26th anniversary, my god, I am Unai Emery. What was it you said before? But yes, the anniversary celebrations, the publisher has revealed that both games will be getting free curated WOD add-ons soon, including John Romero's recent unofficial 5th Doom episode, Sigil. The news comes via Bethesda's Doom anniversary live stream. So they've linked that within the article there, and they've said, skip to the 47-minute mark below, which began the Doom port info blowout with word that an upcoming patch will introduce a locked 60 FPS and aspect ratio options. The really exciting stuff, though, comes in the form of free community-created WODs, which will appear in a curated add-ons menu soon. One of those free add-ons will be Sigil, which launched in May and consists of 9 new single-player stages and 9 new deathmatch levels. But Bethesda has a few more notable offerings lined up too. Fans will also be able to download TNT Evolution and the Plutonia Experiment, both of which formed the 32-level commercial release Final Doom back in 1996. All 3 add-ons will be free to download and will be available for Doom 2 consoles. Additionally, Bethesda's confirmed that the well-regarded No Rest for the Living expansion will be making its way to Doom 2. There's no release date for any of this yet, but the update is scheduled to come to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch soon. Do you know what? I need to tweak that, because I'm going to change that to say Doom adding Sigil free, Doom adding lots of stuff in caps. There we go. Boom. So, do you know what? This is nice to see.
Absolutely. Especially with the fact that it got delayed, coming to the brand new one getting delayed till March, is it? Doom Eternal?
I think it is. I think it's like March 21st or something like that.
Yeah. So the fact that the stuff, I honestly thought that going to put, when that got delayed, they were still going to release the Doom 64 version, but you can't argue with free content. And the fact that they're putting the WODs in as well, which, forgive me if I completely butcher this, but I'm sure a WOD in Doom terms is you are getting like a little expansion, like community projects. If I don't take that as gospel, that's just from memory. I have absolutely no idea. So I think it's just community, because I'm sure there's something called Free Doom, which is like the open source version of Doom that people can just get hold of and just mishmash to make a Doom game for whatever they want. But I'm sure the WOD is like community level, so if people are making levels, it just goes into a marketplace and you can download them, which is pretty cool.
I like the idea that we've been kind of critical of Bethesda, not overly, rightly so, because
of one game.
Yeah, well, it was that, and then the knock-on effect that had. We were kind of critical of Bethesda because of Fallout 76, obviously. Then Fallout 76 being delayed, we were like, okay, that's fine. It's delayed to make it right. You should have done that in the first place, but you didn't. But yeah, okay, delayed to make it right. But then that got soured by the less than a week later. Private Worlds is out now, so the game's not great. We're delaying the official fix to make it what you wanted it to be. But in the meantime, spend more money, which was just a bit pants. But then Bethesda realised, okay, we can't release stuff until it's finished because we've done it with Fallout. We can't do it again. So they pushed Doom back. So we haven't been too critical for Bethesda. We've held them to task because obviously their shortfalls are there to be seen, and we've picked them up as we would. That's the point of having this podcast, so we can discuss things like that. But it's also right that we do give them the praise that they deserve when they do things like this as well. So adding not only content in terms of Sigil and all these other things that I no idea what I'm talking about, but I mean, yeah, fine, fair enough. You add them to the game. Job's a good one. But adding like 60 FPS and like so technical advancements in that. So not only are you adding new content, you're adding technical advancements, but then they're also adding these WODs, which is the community creator content too. So they've definitely, you're not just getting a new Doom game. You're getting Doom with different ways to play, different technical aspects, plus community crossover. I think it's nice. It's a really good package to put together. That, so GG Bethesda for that.
Yeah, man. Happy with that. I mean, I do love Doom. The last Doom game was amazing. I can't wait for the new one to eventually come out. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what to say. Doom's Doom. If you don't like Doom, you're probably never going to be interested in it. But if you have any interest in anything like Quake or Doom or any of the old school Unreal kind of games, then this is definitely going to be right up your street. And the fact that you're going to get if I've got it right, the WODs, people are going to be able to create levels and you're going to be able to play through. It's going to be like Super Mario Maker at this point.
Just running back through that content. Yeah, so the really exciting stuff, though, comes in the form of free community-created WODs, which will appear in a curated add-ons menu soon. So it reads like that. I assume that is what it is. If you guys obviously know, feel free to let us know in the chat so we can clear that up. But in the chat, Jess says, Doom is 20th of March 2020 at the moment. So there we go. Wasn't there supposed to be an R-rated version with Ryan Reynolds a while back before Disney bought Fox of Home Alone? I did see that rumour, but I don't think it was anything that was other than rumour. Maybe it was a rumour that started somewhere, but nothing's gone on it since. So, yeah. Although I would like to see an R-rated Home Alone. That'd be quite nice. Although that does sound also quite illegal, so maybe not. Although leaving your kids at home to go to France is probably illegal anyway, so yeah, shut up Home Alone thinking you're all on your high horse and stuff. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the show. I'm going to get rid of the discussing now slates. Get out of here. You did your job. We appreciated it, but go. Thank you very much for joining us once again for the scoop. Obviously, a lot of content that we had to go through. We had to rush because that's the nature of the beast. We only have... We tried to keep things to around an hour. We're about an hour and 10-20 minutes in-ish at the moment. Thank you very much for sticking through that. Obviously, talking through State of Play, talking through Indie World, and obviously Bethesda's freebie extras coming with Doom next March. A lot of news to go through. If you missed it all... or any of it, should I say, and if you want to read through it, all of the links will be included in the show notes. So don't worry, we'll give you the links. You can check it out yourself. Or just maybe go look for your own news, whatever. I'm not joking. We'll give you the news. It's fine. We've got you. It's fine. But yes, that is the end of the scoop for today. We will be back at 10 a.m. with more scoopalicious content for you. But before then, Josie should be back on in around 19 minutes. Wow. You've not got a lot of time to turn things around the studio, but we can do that because we had some time out of the studio and it's all nice and sexy and smooth. And I must say, I looked at the stream yesterday, as we was getting the stream set this morning, and you can tell if you've watched the streams previously and you've seen that we've taken a huge jump from 720 to 1080p. That's shout out to Bib. He's fixed that. The reason the streams are looking crisper is because we've got the studio set up and Bibs has been doing his thing. So. GG, Bib. GG.
Well, I mean, I do the software side. Alistair managed to get all the other production side, like the lighting and stuff like that. So we got the camera looking 1080, but the light isn't making us look like Donald Trump anymore. So GG's all around to the ice cream team.
Check out Corridor Cruise Home Alone. They do VFX and altered scenes for Home Alone and Star Wars to make them bloody. I'll give it a look in, just not live on ice cream because I don't know when it's going to happen. Anyway, thank you very much. As we said, Josie will be back in about 15 minutes, continuing the Death Stranding playthrough. A couple of things to tease. You will see we will be running some giveaways on social media. Maybe there might be some Resident Evil stuff, maybe not, I don't know. And maybe we might be working with
who knows.
And maybe we might be working with Square Enix for something on Life is Strange as well. Maybe. I mean, just go to Twitter, type in Ice Cream Uploads, and hit follow on that account, and you'll see it all from there. Maybe you should check it out. Do that now. As mentioned, this show will be uploaded to YouTube about an hour or so after we're finished, and a little bit later on in the day. 4 audio versions of the podcast will I can't speak at all today. They will be uploaded to iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. All the links will also be on Twitter, so make sure you go and check that out. Anything you want to add before we run away, babe?
Yes, I've just seen some breaking news regarding Resident Evil. Find out what that is in tomorrow's episode of The Scoop. Oh, baby, it's something that we've alluded to in previous episodes, but yeah, I can't wait to talk about that one tomorrow. It's only a small little snippet. But you'll get that tomorrow. But of course, if you do see anything knocking around the Twitter sphere or any kind of social media that you want to hear our opinions on, feel free to either tag myself. We've got Vinny Graham _Day on Twitter, and Ice Cream Uploads. We'll be able to pick it up and we'll include it in our news as of tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited about this sexy Resident Evil news, but you know what? We'll see it, and maybe we'll have a giveaway. I don't know if I said that, but maybe we'll. You'll find out tomorrow, though. Have yourselves a very lovely day, and Josie will see you soon. Until you see us tomorrow, though, make sure you guys stay forever.